Rigid Force Alpha ready for deployment.
Hey there, gamer guys and gals. Today we're reviewing Rigid Force Redo from Head Up Games. This game really took me back. As a kid, I used to love to play Life Force or Salamander. If you have any Japanese viewers, it was a game from Konami that was shoot 'em up like this. And this game really gives me that same feel. And listen to that wonderful voice acting.
Prepare for enemy attack.
That I think her name's Sai, your computer companion. She does like an amazing job voice acting, and she's in the game on a bunch of parts, and it sounds really good. Like you wouldn't expect that good of voice acting. That's why I always complain about some games when they don't use voice acting, and you have to do a ton of reading, because it just makes the game so much better. But on this game, like, look at all these beautiful areas. You go across, every level is really different and unique, and every enemy type there is as well. That's one thing I love about this game too. You're not like seeing, it's not super repetitive at all. You're seeing new things every time that you go to a different level, and you have to learn new enemies.
Critical damage sustained.
There's continues if you fail, but you only get 3. But if you beat a stage, you can start over on that stage. So it really appeals to everyone. Right here you have like a bullet blade that you can cut bullets with when they shoot at you. But you saw me breaking his bullets. But yeah, look at all these really unique enemies. And like I said, you can, if you beat a stage, you can start from there. So it isn't overly difficult. And it has multiple skill levels, which really are for about anyone. Like if you're on easy, you can beat this. You might have to, it might take you, if you suck at shooters, it might take you a little bit, but you're going to get it. It's not overly difficult, but you can make it hard as hell, like if you put it on the hard level. And like you see there, you pick up power-ups. There's like 3 different weapons. There's like a normal, I'm not counting that one, but then you have like this straightforward laser beam like thing. Then you have a green weapon that moves, chases enemies. But right here, you see, it's just got like Life Force, because even the backgrounds and stuff you have to adapt to. That's why it really reminds me of Life Force. Another game I always love to bring up when I'm talking about stuff like this is Age of Wings. It was a free game. It's a lot like that game as well. Age of Wings to me is just like a super underrated game, so I always love to bring it up, especially because it was free.
Careful.
And the quality it was to be free, it's just truly underrated game. But like I was talking about, there's also, besides the skill levels, there's also different modes. There's like arcade mode, where you just play the levels over and you see the best score you can get. And then there's a boss run mode, where you're fighting bosses. You gotta fight them all, and see the amount of time you can get it in. And the bosses are really cool. But I've talked about that right there. You just saw it freeze. That's Upload Studio. It's still running like shit. I don't know what's wrong with Microsoft, why they can't fix things, but it's still running horrible. It has nothing to do with the game. You missed actually a really cool spot. There's like these really badass drones that you can fight in a big wave. But yeah, that has some really cool bosses and mini bosses as well. But like you can see, there's tons of like environmental traps. That's why it reminds me of Life Force so much, is all the environmental traps. You also have like a meter at the bottom, like do a special charge with your weapon. And here it's froze again. Why this Upload Studio is horrible. I'm sorry guys. I hate that this keeps happening. But yeah, like look at these levels. You shoot these things and it makes it light up. It's just really, really cool, like how the environment is also used. But you have some really awesome boss battles in this as well. That's why it also reminds me of Life Force. Like, this is the first boss, and it's not overly difficult, but it's still pretty tough. But like you see, you get like if you get killed, you drop all your stuff and you have to collect it again. And like I said, you get the 3 different weapon types, but you can also get like cannons.
Mission by core plasmoid DNA detected.
Look at this awesome
Initiate
boss.
elimination.
But I didn't really experience no issues with it, except for a little glitch where like your cannon would like be pixelated black on the screen, so it would take away some of your viewing. Like it'd be kind of hard to see. But besides that, it ran perfectly. I just really enjoyed this game. It's probably the best shoot 'em up space game that I've played in some time. I think it's probably definitely the best on this gen. If I had to think of another, maybe that's close to this, it would be Sin Mora. I really love that game as well. This right here, just I love the bosses. I love the action. Like, look at this cool boss. It's just a whole ton of fun. You're going to keep playing it over and over because you're going to want to beat the other modes and get the fun achievements. So, yeah, I give this a really good score. I had no cons with it except for that little glitch, but they'll probably fix that. The pros outweigh it by a ton. So check it out, guys. You're going to love it. 9.5 out of 10.